So I want to introduce you to everyone. So Liz Stone is in my current mastermind for women. And I mean, I could spend an hour talking about you, Liz. Like, Liz is a warrior. Liz is a victor. She is someone who has a heart to serve and change people's lives. I'm so grateful that I get to work with you in my mastermind, Liz. I hope you know that.
Oh, thank you. I love being there. I love it.
It's magic. It is magic. So today we're going to just let your book come in, just like we do in the mastermind, right? We're just going to bring your book in. We're going to let it sit here with us and share with us. You have a whole series of books. So we're just going to bring the one in that you are currently writing. Okay?
Yes.
Does that sound good?
Sounds perfect.
Okay. Is there anything that you want to share today? What's on your heart?
No, I think I'm just excited. As I'm getting ready, I've actually been hearing you in my mind because I'm like, I wonder what I need to bring up, or I wonder what I need to talk about. And then I'm like, nope, that's not what we're doing. We're just going to kind of allow and create. So I've been listening to you all morning.
I'm so glad. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Liz. Liz you own a healing center in Tooele. Is that how I say it?
Right. Tooele, Utah.
Tooele, Utah. I've been to it. I got to speak at it last year. She also owns a stone and crystal store. So everyone who joins my mastermind, I send out malachite. I wish it was in here. I don't have it in here. I put it in the full moon. It's charging for all of my new members of the mastermind. So you have this beautiful store. All of my stones and crystals come from Liz. So if anyone needs stones and crystals, a shout out to Liz. And every Freedom House author will be getting lapis. So here's a lapis stone. Lapis is one of my favorite stones. It's also one of the colors of Freedom House, our new brand that we're working on. So anyways, huge shout out to Liz. You're a change maker. You're extraordinary. If anyone needs crystals, hit Liz up. That's my intro to you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play my channeling bowl. We're gonna allow it to create safety. So for you and me, safety is a pretty big deal, right? Yeah. And so what we're gonna do is, even though we're live and there's all these people that we don't know, we're gonna create a pocket of safety. And the reason why I do these live is because when we hold open this space, those who are watching have the opportunity to actually feel this magic, and it can change their day and their lives.
Yeah.
So that's why we're doing it live, right? So we're going to create some safety though. So you're going to take a deep breath in with me. We're just going to allow the sound of this bowl to move through your space and my space, clearing out anything that's not serving us, and then creating a pocket of safety, a bubble of oxygen, of safety, of protection around you, around me. Allowing this beautiful sound to come in and clear out our bodies, and to activate our gifts of receiving. So really activating our ability to see, hear, witness, know, and into the divine light so that we can receive what needs to be received today. So we're going to just start out with the sacred creative process. So I'm going to have you take a deep breath in with me. We're going to pour this light through me, through you, cleaning out our systems, cleaning out any noise or chatter in the mind, cleaning out any fears or doubt. We're just going to let it all clean out with this beautiful light. Breathe the light in again. We're going to let it move through our body, letting it move all the way down to the tips of our toes. And this light is going to exit our toes, and it's going to move up and around our body, sealing it up at our toes to be an added form of protection and to infuse and insulate us with light. We're then going to call in our team, our board of directors, our angels, our guides, those who are here to support you. And I just really want you to know, like, I just feel like this army Like you just have an army of angels to support your work.
I love it.
Yeah. So we're just
I,
gonna, do you feel it?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to call them in and just thank them, like thank them for all that they have done and all that they are doing and all that they will do in the future with your work. We're going to call them in through the divine light to hold this space for us, to be able to help us receive your book and whatever messages need to come through in and through this divine light. We're going to prep our bodies to receive. So we're going to ask that light will touch our ears, that we will spiritually hear what needs to be heard. The light will touch our third eyes. We'll have access to all of our spiritual gifts. The light will cleanse our lips, that we speak only what needs to be spoken. So taking a nice deep breath in. How's that feel? You feel safe? You feel good?
Feels good. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
And
Okay, so we're going to,
so glad I've done this, and I've done it a lot with you. So it does feel safe. It feels very familiar. Thank you.
it's like a warm heat blanket, right? Me and my heat blankets. I'm like 97. It's straight up 100 degrees outside and I have a heat blanket on.
I have
It
a
feels safe. It feels safe. You have one too?
yeah.
I love
Except for not heated, but I have my blanket here. I'm in front of the fire like all year long. It's my warms. I love that. Like my little comfort space.
Yeah. It like heals the nervous system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's, I love that Mariella says her too. Yes. Okay. So we got a lot of us on here, blankets and heat blankets. So I really am excited to bring this book through. I got to be really honest, because I channel everything, I don't remember anything. So I don't even remember, please don't hate me when I say this, I don't even remember which one you're starting on right now,
That's
which
okay.
is kind of beautiful, because what that means is I'm never in my mind and I'm never trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know what you're writing about. We're going to ask this first book, the one that you're writing on. Okay, okay, okay. It just showed me. So like this one's your story. This one's your journey. So we're going to invite it to come in through the divine light, to come and sit between our hearts and show us any messages. So it's showing me that it's like stitches. It's like there's been an open wound, and this book is the stitches that's going to finally close the open wound so that it can completely heal. That's the message that shows up right away.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had stitches before?
I have. I've had a lot.
So tell me, because I haven't had stitches since I was 5. So I
Uh,
can't remember. Is it painful when you're getting stitches?
it is if they typically will numb, but I've also had stitches where the numbing wore off.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's very centralized.
Yeah.
So it's very centralized, and it's interesting that you saw that visual, because this morning as I was getting ready, I'm still like I'm actively processing through some things right now, and so I'll write them down. I'm jotting them down, and I thought it's interesting that the writing of this book is actually causing more healing processes than I've gone to up until this point. So instead of like, well, we're healed, so let's write a book, it's like, oh my goodness, this is like, I'm learning a lot of this in real time as I'm writing, because things are coming to the surface to be seen and to be looked at. And I'm like, okay, so things I have been unwilling to look at or unwilling to write about are showing up for me, and writing them has been very cathartic. Kind of feels a little bit like I can feel it, but it's also very healing. And I realize that the people that will be drawn to my book will need to know, like they'll need to know the real, and I get to write the real because I'm in it and I've been through it. I've been doing it. So
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. It's kind of like this. You know, I've spent a good long portion of my life going to different therapists and healers with trauma background. And there's a difference when I go to a healer who's had the same type of trauma as me. There's a difference than one who just knows it from the book,
Yeah.
right? So the ones that know it from the book, like they're a good place to land and they have what wisdom to teach me. But the ones who have walked this hell, they're the ones that make the difference in my life, right?
Mm,
So
love.
you walking through your hellfire while writing the book, that's the thing that's going to change people's lives.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually had a conversation. You mentioned your therapist. I actually had a conversation with my therapist, and I said, I'm not going to go there unless you can hold this space. Because I had tried, like you say, like if somebody just doesn't understand the depth of some of the trauma, um, I don't want to keep telling this story over and
Yeah.
over. So I'm going to lay this foundation, and I need to know that you can hold it. And he, so there was some reassuring there. And then also that he could stay in that space with me, but he always empowered back to me. And so that's what is going through my mind right now is having walked this path and being able to speak the truth. Because a big part of me is like, guess what? I get to speak the truth. And it's hard in some points, but it's also, if you know the end of the story, if you know that what it's resulting in and the purpose that it drives now, um, it's easier to navigate. And so in knowing that I get to tell it all the way out, but not just to tell it. Like this is not a tell all. There's what's the point in that? Like there's purpose there, and I can hold this space. I can hold this space. And then always, like he would always turn me back to me. He's never been my authority. And that is empowering. And that's what I want to come through in my writing.
Feels so good, Liz. It feels so good. There's so much wisdom. And I know we're kind of like, because you and we've worked together for so long, we're kind of dancing. And so we're just going to dance wherever this takes us, right?
Yeah.
There's something about people who've been through trauma. So you've been through a lot of trauma. I've been through a lot of trauma where it's like, I don't think people can hold this trauma. Like, I don't know if someone can hear it and hold it.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is for those who've been through severe trauma, you're creating that space with the book, like you're saying right here, by you being in real time healing. If you were like all healed, like I don't know if that ever even happens, right? But like let's say it does. Let's say at one point we're like, "Whoa, I'm healed, I'm free." I'm like, ah. Like that's not the person who's supposed to write this book. Like you walking real time right now, healing through real things is the thing that's going to hold your reader, the space. Like, guess what? Nothing's too much here.
Yes. Yes. The too far, too much, too whatever, too broken. That tape that plays, that's what I want to bust through. And like you say, do we reach that healing? I mean, I have done a lot. And as I am writing, I'm like, oh, I get to do this to a different level. But it's also reminding me, it's so perfect. It's so perfect because it's reminding me that I need to include how to kind of calm and to nourish, like you were saying, to nourish the nervous system. And when we're in it, this is what it looks like because I feel it and I recognize that in myself. And if I was at that point where I was like, hey guys, you can do it. Like I've done it and look at me and it's just amazing and I'm just cheering you on. That's valuable. That's
Yeah.
valuable.
Yeah.
But sometimes feels unattainable when you're in it. And so I've done a lot, but being in there enough to still be in contact with, that's right. I have done this and I'm at a new level and I get to honor where I've been and I get to honor where I am and giving that, excuse me, as my voice goes, giving that voice, I think is what I want the book to be, is that yes, there is healing and we also get to come around and it doesn't mean that you weren't healed. It means that you're a new version of yourself. And what do I get to acknowledge from this altitude, and not a cheer you on, you can do it kind of thing. It's like, I get this and I'll walk with you. And it's totally possible. Totally.
Oh, Liz, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I thank you. I thank you for writing this book. Like, I needed this book when I was super struggling. I needed someone to say, like, hey, you're not crazy.
Mm.
Hey, this level of pain is part of the process, and I'm going to walk through it with you. Like, I needed this book, and there are so many who need it right now. So just like really holding you in the deepest love. And I want to see if we can hear anything else that the book wants to show us. So if you want to just close your eyes. Thank you for being here with us in this beautiful, sacred book channeling session. And if you felt the stir in your heart that it is time for you to write your book, then I am so excited to tell you that I am going to give you my sacred creative process that allows authors to channel their books. Just click the link below in the description and you will have immediate access to learning the tools on how you will channel your book. So it's definitely like showing me how heart-based it is, and that there are going to be times that it's going to feel too painful being in your heart and you're going to move up into your head. And anytime you move up into your head, I want you to do whatever you can to comfort yourself so that you can come back into the heart. I'm seeing that the head is the obstacle and the head is why it's not complete yet. So there's like an awareness, okay? Does
Yeah.
that feel true for you?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
It's
So,
figuring.
sorry, keep going.
Oh, I was just saying it's the figuring out, and what does it, how do you do this, and how do you lay it out? And I totally get stuck there.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like, it's almost like, it's like you put your rollerblades on, but like the front wheel's gone or something, right? Like you're like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to soar. But like one of like the most important pieces is missing. And it's that you drop out of your heart and you move up into your head.
Mm-hmm.
So just the awareness, that's what's so crazy, right? Is it's just now the awareness of any time you're writing, I want you to really focus on where it's coming from. And if it's here, then you got to like either dance, breath work, something to get back into the body, and then really ask your angels, your guides, that it will pour out through the heart. Because damn, this book has to come out like now. Like it's showing me that the longer it stays in, it's going to create gangrene.
Mm.
Right? Like an energetic gangrene. Like it has to come out.
Yeah.
Okay. So like if you're only in your heart, it will come out faster. And I'm just hearing 4 weeks. Okay. Are you coming to Arizona in September?
I'm not. Well, I'd love to. I really would like to. And this is maybe something that I get to reframe, but I'm feeling very like tied down to schedules and really busy. And so when you said 4 weeks, I was like, oh, that's more than 8 weeks. I was thinking, and at the same time, I also know that it needs to move. I would feel better if I could just move it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how do I shift my thinking around time. Yeah. Because oftentimes there are slow times at the healing center and I'm in my office, but this book is not one you jump in and out of. And so I don't go there in downtime.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm seeing, I really wish I could figure out how we could get together in person. There's something there's something about when I am with someone in person that I get to hold their heart. It feels like I got to hold your heart. How can I make it to Utah? I'm so committed to you bringing this book through right now. Maybe let's just open up for a miracle, you know? Um, I know Katie Jo's been wanting me to come teach another thing. And I have my painting of the Divine Mother I need to go pick up. She's in Utah. So maybe there's another way.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I'm supposed to come down in the next little bit. But what I would love to offer is like something. It feels like this book needs a midwife. Like it needs like an actual physical help of the birth. But for right now, I want to show you that the wings are super, super present. So it definitely feels like the wings are, they're here. They need to be on the cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That feels good. Let's start creating that cover, because at the event in Arizona, the Unstoppable event that I am speaking at, I'm going to have a Freedom House booth. And I know we've talked about this in the mastermind, but if we have a cover of your book coming out, people can know about it. So on our next mastermind, let's work on the cover together. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because I want it. It's kind of like a baby announcement. Okay. We need to have a baby announcement at this event. If you can come to the event, that would be, I just feel like it would be really nourishing for you to be with our tribe of authors, to be with me.
I think so.
I just feel like it would feel so good.
Say the dates again.
I think it's September. I should know this. I think it's September 16th and 17th, or 15th and 16th. It's a Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Okay. And I feel like 90% of the women in the mastermind are going to be there. So it could just be a massively nourishing experience, right? And if we wanted to extend your date past, like another week past that event, we would be in person there. And I'm going to be there Monday, Tuesday, all the way through Sunday. So it's almost like, even if you know, like, we will create space. It feels like we've got to do something in person. Then I don't feel that way very often. I actually never really feel that way, but it feels like this. So let's create that. We're going to ask our angels to open up your schedule so that can happen. And if I'm supposed to go to Utah, ask my angels, like, we'll just open that up. So I want you to drop in with me, and we're just going to ask the book to share any other messages that it may have for you. I love this. It's so perfect for you, since you like own a crystal store. This is so funny. Okay, it's coming in. It's like a hazy movie. So hold on, let me receive it all the way. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, Liz. Okay, so I see you as this little girl, and she's showing me that she had been dropping pebbles and stones from her pockets for you to follow, to be able to heal her. And this book is that. I know it's kind of intense on a live. But do I do anything any other way? Come on.
Yeah, I'm so that way too. I'm like, I have no chill. I'm pretty
Lava.
intense on.
It's lava, Liz. It's okay.
Yeah. I was just it's funny that I own a stone and crystal shop now, because I was that little girl that I had pockets full of rocks, and I would bring home the special ones and the special twigs from, the road. But I always saw the special ones. And so it's a joke with my kids. I'm like, oh, look. They're like, I know it's special. but there's something to that, and that's very beautiful. So thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I love that you did put stones in your pockets because she was just showing me her pockets full of stones, but then her dropping them like they were the roadmap for you to come and meet with her. So I want you to, when you're writing your book, I want you to call that version of yourself in and into the divine light and let her be a part of the writing. And there's another piece that's coming in about when you're supposed to be writing. So let's see if we can hear it. And you're super gifted, Liz. So I'm just going to activate like anything you hear, please share it here. Okay, so this makes no sense. So it's all symbolic, okay? Because you can't actually do this. But it's showing me that you have to go in under the curl of the wave to write your book. I don't know, like an ocean wave, like there's like a curl. What does that mean to you? Does that mean anything?
Okay, I'm going to show you this. I don't know if you can see this. It's going to be weird. This is the ring that I make.
Yes, yes.
And I just told Steve last night that this is part of the rebrand that I'm doing. This is Larimar, which is significant to me. It's only found on the island of Hispaniola, where we've worked in Haiti for the last 6 years. And this wave is coming up and around it, and the stone is standing like this wave. And I actually said at one point in therapy, I said, it's like everything is coming up and over. And he said to me, what would it be like to just stand? What would it be like to be your own anchor? And when I found this ring, I was like, I'm the anchor. And when you asked me to kind of think through if there was anything else, I wrote down incubate, which seems the opposite of what I just said. I don't have time and I have to be in the shop, but I feel like this need to pull back and not be influenced and interrupted. Like it almost feels like I need to just kind of be in that space for an uninterrupted time, because I have a fear of being seen, being heard, being all the things, right? And I've had some people step away from me recently, and I feel like I need to shut off the noise and what I'm perceiving, because I may be perceiving things, and just be quiet and go, like you say, maybe I get to be in that space and follow those clues. But yes, like the wave.
Hey,
That's it.
what
That is
your ring is the vision I literally just saw. Like you underneath this wave. Like I'm like geeking out right now, actually.
Yeah.
You're the stone in the middle of the wave. Is there a way that you could buy yourself a tent like I have? Do you have a backyard?
Well, that's why I don't go in my backyard, is there's no privacy. And so I don't go there. But
What if you had a tent, right?
yeah.
Like my tent, $500, best $500 I've ever spent, is all weather, right? Like we have snowstorms, totally last through it. I mean, I live on a hill that overlooks a whole, like literally like whole, whatever you call it, valley. We have no fences. I mean, I'm guarantee everyone thinks I might be a witch because all you can hear is sound bowls and drumming coming from this tent, but it's fine. It's fine. But like, there's something. Right? But there's something about this. I want you to feel this. So close your eyes. I want you to feel what it would be like to be in a small space that's all yours, that nobody can see you, that you're completely safe and protected, that everything inside of that tent is yours. It's you. It's the stuff that like, it's the crystals that wake up your soul. It's the images that make you feel safe. You have a heat blanket. You have a heater in the winter. I want you to feel how like this, it's almost like you got to go into a cave. if you could have an experience like that, this book is going to just come through you. But like, because this book is waking up your nervous system at such a high level, you have to write it in a dedicated space of safety.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I actually have a healing room. I'm in my healing room,
Okay.
and only has pieces um, that I've chosen to bring in, but I just looked and I went, moving that. I just looked over. I'm like, nope, I'm moving that. So maybe I set the space a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the time, I'm going to set the space with the time.
Yeah.
I'm out.
It seems
Okay.
so important to your healing. Like the gangrene feels really loud. Like it's like it can't keep staying in. It has to come out. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna see each other. It's gonna happen. I can feel it. There's a way. There's a thing. So now I want you to just breathe in with me and breathe out. And we're just gonna thank your book for coming. Like this book is a one of a kind, never been written, never been created. Like just thanking it for being the powerful force that it is. Thanking you for being you, for fighting the demons, for fighting the challenges and being the change maker you are. Like, I just want to honor you, Liz.
Thank you.
The world is lucky to have you. And
Thank
so
you.
many people's lives are going to change.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. And I would write it for one. I would write it for one. Just to not be in that space and to not feel alone. So, yeah, but I feel that. I feel that it gets to be more.
It does. And I want any time that you feel like you're in your head, I want you to bring yourself back to being the stone in the middle of the wave. Like, oh, this is where you are. It's here. It's all heart.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I have so much love for you, Liz. I'm going to wrap you in so much love, so much light. So excited to see you in the person soon. And I'm so excited for this book to come to completion.
Me too. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up for me.
Always. I will always show up for you.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
for everyone who is here and witnessed this magic, thank you for holding this space with us. I'm so excited for you guys to get Liz's book. It's coming out very soon. It's going to be a book that will heal so many. And if you haven't had trauma, you know someone who has, and this book is going to go change their life. So just like, thank you for joining us on this beautiful journey. And Liz, I hope your day is just a day of miracles, of ease, that your nervous system is wrapped in golden honey. Okay.
I'll take it. Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I'll see you on Monday.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Keira.
If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.